And what's going on? Good to see you again.
I'm chilling, brother. How are you, man?
Yeah, good. Good for Wednesday, I think it is. I don't know, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
It could be any day,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All those things. But hey man, I like what's going on in the background. Is that like all your tour posters and your records and
Oh my, yeah, it's my accolades, if you will. And then my girlfriend has some stuffed animals, I think, back here. I don't know what she does in here. It's the office. She decorates everything.
I do I do like that though. I do like that. You gotta have that stuff up. But, man,
hmm
how you been anyway? You been good?
Good, busy, honestly, so busy. It's awesome.
It's what you want, man. Especially, man, you're coming back to Australia. It's been a little while for a run with Alpha Wolf, Invent, Animate, and Throne, and it's almost fully sold out, dude, which is nuts. Like I'm
Yes, yeah.
red, red, red. It's cool, man. Like, how are you feeling about it?
I feel awesome. Yeah. I mean, I like all the bands that are on the tour. I've hung out with the Alpha Wolf guys a couple times and same with the Invent Animate guys. And I don't know Throne, but I have mutual friends who have said that they're awesome. So I think it's going to be a good hang and a good time to be playing metalcore music.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. When was the last time we saw you here? It was 2018 with Polaris, right?
Yeah, it's like embarrassing to say out loud. It's been so long. It's crazy.
But I mean, a few things have happened since then, so it's kind of understandable.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. One big thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that thing that, you know. But man, how was that last tour, you know? And what are you expecting from this one?
With the Polaris guys, it was awesome. We had a blast. It was really fun. I think Gideon was on that tour too, and we love those guys. They're a bunch of good redneck boys. But I don't know. I'm just excited to come play and play new music. We've written a lot of freaking music since the last time we were there. So we have a lot of songs that no one in Australia has ever heard live. So I'm excited about it.
That's true. What about anything that no one's heard? Are we going to get anything sneaky?
There's nothing that's going to come out before we come over there. I think Ritual is the latest thing that we'll have put out. But I'm about to go start working like next week on a bunch of new stuff too. We've just been writing like crazy, like just keep flying out to LA and doing a bunch of sessions with cool, interesting people. And so we just have a bunch of songs on deck that we need to make into some stuff. So um it'll come out sometime.
When it's cooked, when it's ready.
Yes, exactly. I
Yeah,
don't think there's not going to be an album for a minute, but we'll continue to release some music. We just have a bunch of cool songs. I want to finish them and put them out.
that's cool, man. That's cool. Because I mean, you're in what the press release said, the ritual era. You know, what is that?
Sure.
What does that sort of? What does that mean to you? What does that? You sort of explain that a little bit.
Well, I kind of feel like every band operates within the framework of their albums, of course, but I feel like for us especially, we're always just trying to push boundaries and do something new with whatever our latest release is. And so, um, we had made a record called The Axe that was a pretty stark departure from everything we had done before. And then we made Z2, which was like a new zombie EP. And then we made Color Decay, which was just a record kind of unlike anything we had done before. And we really were living in that time period for a long time. That felt really good to us. And it was the first time in a long time people were like, please play all your new music right now. And so now we're kind of trying to figure out what's next. Obviously, we don't want to make a part two of that record. And so we're kind of just trying to push the boundaries of what we can do musically, I guess.
Are you working with Tyler Smith again? Is that someone you?
Yeah, we've written a couple more things with him, and just a bunch of other crazy cool people. We wrote a song with Bobby from Fit for a King on our last album, and so we've written some more stuff with him, and just a ton of different people all across, like some pop people and some rock people and some fellow metalcore people. So we're just trying to see what we can do, basically.
Is it like a Dropbox sort of thing where like you'll be there and the rest of the boys and you just collaborate that way with these people, or do you actually get into a room and jam it out with them?
Usually it's in like almost 99%. We did some of that like Dropbox collaboration during the pandemic, but it was kind of frustrating and like on a Zoom call and stuff like that. It's just you lack some of the chemistry that comes in. So usually we just try and me and Mike, our other singer, and John, our keyboard player and producer, will just fly out to like LA for a week or two and just set up a ton of sessions, and then we're going for like 6 to 8 hours a day just in a different room every day, just trying to say like, okay, like let's just try and write the best song we can today, and just kind of put the natural deadline of the session ending on it. And I find writing that way is much more, it's a better use of time than just sitting around by yourself for like 3 months and being like, man, does this stuff suck? Like, it's really easy to work when you have, like, for example, Tyler, like, we just go over to Tyler's house. He's got a studio in his house and just sit in there for 6 or 8 hours and be like, okay, let's make something today. Like, when we leave, I want to have something to listen to in the car. So, what do we want to write about today? And then you're kind of like, well, I've been going through this thing in my life and it kind of makes me think of this. And then usually the stuff just starts flowing from there, basically.
And you got bands like Alpha Wolf and Polaris and all these like I guess I wouldn't say the new generation, but the new generation of metalcore that would class you guys as an influence. Do you draw
Sure.
like those dudes I've mentioned you before? Have you drawn from them in turn? Have you sort of listened to a lot of the new metalcore and sort of gotten influence from that as well?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are always like, oh, I don't listen to any metal or metalcore or anything like that. And that's fine. I mean, I listen to probably 90% of what I listen to isn't either, but I do always find that peculiar. If my peers put out a song, like I'm always going to listen to it. Like Bring Me, Architects, Alpha Wolf, like Era, anybody that puts out a song, Bad Omens, I'm going to go listen to it right away just because we work in the same space, and so we're all kind of a part of this thing, and so I kind of want to know, what are they doing right now? And usually it's good. I mean, I feel like everyone's writing their best music ever right now, but yeah, I'm always like, oh, we should do something like that, but change it like this. So I find that was kind of what led us to start writing in a more session based thing, was going like, man, that guy's like really sick. I like the way he writes songs. We should write a song with him, instead of just being like, oh, we're just gonna like hunker down and hide in our bunker and no influence can come in. It's like, that sucks. Hip hop does it all the time. Why aren't
Yeah.
we doing it? You
Yeah.
know?
It seems to have over the last few years, it seems to I'm seeing a lot of collaborations with a lot of different artists and stuff like that, which is something that was maybe before, like bands were like, what are they doing? All right, we gotta send some spies over, Pete
Yeah.
Delivery dude with like a recorder or something. But it's cool, man. I feel like right now, especially with Australian bands like Alpha Wolf and Polaris and stuff like that are getting out there in the world. Like I don't know, maybe it's Aussie pride, but uh taking over the world in a big bad way right now.
Sure.
You would see that as well. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, Australian metalcore. I mean, it's been big since we first started coming over with Parkway and stuff. But right
Yes.
now, especially between those bands you mentioned and North Lane, I just was on tour with the Amity Affliction guys for about a week. My girlfriend's band was playing with them. So, like, it's crazy how much metalcore y'all export worldwide. It's
It's
kind of like
crazy.
a commodity.
It is crazy. Yeah, yeah. That and the hardcore. Anything with core in it right now.
Yeah.
And then there's this new hybrid that's come in which is like the new metalcore. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. Like there's those elements that are being incorporated. Like there's bands like Diamond Construct and I guess Alpha Wolf are doing that
Yeah.
as well, where they're adding those little bits and pieces as well. It's definitely, I don't know, it's evolving into something. It's pretty exciting time for your genre, man. It's pretty cool.
It's awesome. I think, like you said, anything with core at the end of it seems to be popping off right now, and I love it. I think it's awesome. I'm a fan of everyone winning. So it's not that's the best thing about music. It's not a sport, so no one's competing with each other. You know, if you have a good show one day, somebody else can have a good show the next day. It's not like somebody wins and somebody loses.
Man, and that's the way to do it. That's, it's definitely the way to do it. But of course, I mean, you did a let me start that again. You let me yeah, I'm having one of those mornings. You recently released a new version of Reasons as well,
Uh-huh.
which you reworked. How was that, I guess deconstructing that and piecing it back together to your straight up style, I guess.
That was really cool. Like obviously, Excision and Wooly had reached out to us in the first place just because they were trying to find somebody to feature on a track that they already had. And they heard a remix that someone else did for us when they were at a festival or something. They were like, "Yeah, that's the voice that we want. Let's go to that guy." So we kind of wrote with them and a couple other people they were working with to basically write the whole top line and everything for that song. And John gave them a bunch of like guitar stems, and we had our drummer track like real drums and stuff for it to put on it. And we loved the way it turned out. And so we were like, oh, we want to play the song live, but it kind of doesn't make sense as just an EDM song in the
Yep.
middle of our set. So we kind of bulked it out into like the way we would play it as a band, not really knowing how it was going to go over. And it was super well received. Like we played it on both legs of our headline tour, and then we played it in Europe on our last tour, and it was awesome. And so we thought it would be fun just to like put that version of it out. Like we kind of end it with like a disgusting breakdown and stuff. And so we were like, we should probably record it. So we put that together, and then we wanted to have a feature on it. And so somebody put us in touch with this artist Lolo, who is popping off right now. And she absolutely slayed it. And she killed the feature. And so I think like we have like four or five other electronic leaning or literally just like EDM songs and stuff that we're kind of working on with some other people right now, just based on that Excision and Wooly one. But it's kind of a fun thing for us just because I think a lot of bands would be scared to like go into that space. But for us, we seem to have a lot of crossover between that world and in our world and people that dabble into both of it. So it's a fun challenge.
Is there something that you would love to do that it is either too challenging or you're like, our fans are going to lose their shit if we do that. We can't do it. Is there any out of bound area for you musically?
I feel like I've been pissing off people for like 20 years, so I don't really care at all. Everything I do, somebody has something to say about. So for me, it's usually like the things that have not been that well received. In hindsight, if I look back, I myself didn't even necessarily like it that much. I kind of knew it wasn't there, but it was the best thing we could do at that moment. So I don't regret anything, but there's definitely stuff where I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew that record wasn't that good and it didn't resonate that well. And there's a reason for that. But I don't know. I like the challenge, and I'm not like scared of it. You know, even from the beginning, our band was something that was quite easily um, just shit on was, you know, taking metalcore and putting these like crazy sounding keyboards in it and emo kind of singing and all this different stuff. Immediately it was open for criticism, and so from the onset it's like, nah, I'm not scared of anything. I mean, I'd like to do a country project. I live here in Nashville, but maybe not in Devil Wears Prada. That would kind of be weird, I guess.
Yeah, but you could do your own, Is that have you written
Yeah, I
stuff
might.
like that? Have you got like stuff in the vault?
Yeah, I have a couple songs. They're not very good though, so I need to work with somebody here in Nashville and like bulk them up. I know I have some friends. I won't even name them because I think they are trying to get a little project going. But some friends in our same space that have some really good country songs. So, um, yeah,
Okay.
there's it's I don't know, man. Everybody, we're all rednecks over here, Bogan, I guess you would say. So like we got we like bumping that stuff. This band Loathe, obviously from England.
Yes.
We were on tour with the Gideon guys one time, and Gideon are like super southern dudes, like really into like old country music. So us and Gideon were trying to show the Loathe guys like all these like classic country western songs, and they were just looking at us like we were crazy because they were like, "What is this, man?" It was fun.
Have you got a name for yourself? If you were like, you got to have that alter ego. Yeah, that
Yeah, I guess I would have to. Jeremy DePoyster isn't really that like
country.
country
Yeah.
owned name. So yeah, I don't know. I'll meditate on it. Maybe I'll have it put together by the time I get to Australia.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, that'd be cool. Maybe you could release an Australian, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
because we got a big country
Uh,
music scene down here. Like, it's not my thing, but like my father-in-law, like they live in Lismore, which is like, I guess, that
mhm.
area, and man, that's their whole thing.
Keith Urban, bro. He's one of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm a death metal dude, and he's always giving me shit because
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a death metal dude. But we got the
I
classic.
like death metal too. Yeah, you like everything, man. It's good.
Got to, got to. Yeah. But of course, I mean, after this run, and you got the new music, you come down with Alpha Wolf. Like, what else is on the cards for you? What's the rest of the year and stuff looking like?
We haven't announced it yet, but we're probably going to be touring in the States. It feels like it's time. Like I kind of wanted to chill out the back half of this year, but now it's already kind of filling up. We're doing this Furnace Fest, which is kind of like a classic, like metalcore type of thing. And so we're going to just play a bunch of old songs for that. And then we're playing this When We Were Young festival in Vegas, and we're
That's
playing our old album Plagues in its entirety. And then, yeah, I think we probably have to come. We have a big tour. It's not announced yet, but it will be a big US tour. So it'll be dope.
that's right. I'm going to stop the recording. You can tell me what that. No, I'm just kidding. You're like, no, I'm not
That
telling.
I could.
Yeah, yeah.
That I could.
But you'd have to kill me. That's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, brother, it's been really cool hanging out with you again, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, where do you live at? You should come out to a show.
Yeah, yeah. Brisbane. Well, I'm just south of Brisbane, so I'll.
Oh yeah, come through. Yeah, you got to come through. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, Mitch, drummer of Wolf, is an old mate, so it's cool to see him up there.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, man.
That's
Good
awesome.
boy.
I
Yeah,
like those guys a lot, man. We hung out with them in Berlin and somewhere else once too. So they're really nice guys.
good dudes, good dudes. But in the meantime, man, we'll have all the links down here in the show notes on the website and all that jazz. Brother, take care, enjoy your day, and we'll see you very soon.
Yes. Bye bye.